this is the 2021 Basketball Hall of Fame class. The headlines, anyways. It looks like Paul Pierce, Chris Bosh, Chris Webber, and the Ben Wallace.
Yes, sir.
The only player to go undrafted and go into the Hall of Fame, by the way, which is pretty awesome.
That throw is amazing.
Seeing Paul Pierce, especially happy for, Chris Bosh, especially with all his issues medically, getting there. C-Web, right? And Ben Wallace. I think this is a good class. I don't think it's as good as, the 2020, or I don't think any class was, but what's your thoughts on this class going in for next year? I'll go ahead, D.
Everybody's deserving. I feel like definitely Ben Wallace, but more so, I'll be honest with you, like Chris Paul out of all these dudes, man. Not Chris Paul, I mean Chris Bosh, my bad.
I was like, he's still playing, bro.
Yeah. But I think Chris Bosh more than anybody, just simple, like, out of all these dudes, he's the only one that really had to take a back seat. You went from being a star on the team to going to Miami, you know what I'm saying? And basically, accepting the fact that, hey, I'm a part of this big three, but I'm, in a sense, like, I'm still taking the back seat, in order to get the win, and, secure a championship and whatnot. Because a lot of people don't really give Chris Bosh credit for when he was with Toronto. He was going crazy. Mm-hmm. He was getting busy. He was getting busy in Toronto. He was taking him as far as he could by himself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I never really watched Chris Webber play. I know he played for the Warriors, and then didn't he force a trade or something? Because he didn't want to be with the Warriors anymore, and he went to the Kings.
Yeah, I think he went to the Kings, or did he go to the Wizards, who became were the Bullets, then became the Wizards, and then I think he went to SAC.
I had no knowledge of that middle part in DC. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they used to. Well, I know they used to be the Bullets.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know.
Just open up, man.
Yeah, we just opened this location.
I knew about the Warrior situation. Was it Latrell Sprewell a Warrior too?
Yeah, he was on that team.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, G. I just got my.
Who was their power forward? I think there was another one. There was another big there. It was like, okay, that probably wouldn't have worked.
Was it No, it wasn't Zandri, whatever his name is. It started with a Z. I can't remember his name though. I think that's who you're talking about. I think that's who it was.
He played at Cleveland, LeBron. Early LeBron.
Yeah, he played in Cleveland with LeBron. He played with him in Miami too, I think.
I think so, yeah. It was the end of his career, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, out of all these four players, who would you put as the best player out of these four?
Like, based on what? Like, just...
I mean...
Overall?
Yeah. I guess. Because like you were saying, Chris Bosh was a problem. He was like in that Kevin Love type of thing where when he was with the Timberwolves and then, went over to the Cavs. But like kind of that, like, it's my team. And then you take a back seat where, Ben Wallace, that was his like, hey, I'm not really worried about offense. Let me just kill you on the defensive end, right? Where Chris Webber, and Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce I don't like Paul Pierce, but I think overall, just how versatile C-Web was. I think in being the main guy, between him and Bosh, I would say.
Let's start. Well, I can't say Reigns.
You already know. We already know, Drew. You're gonna say Ben Wallace. It's okay.
No, I was gonna say Ben Wallace.
But there's two sides of the game. Two sides of the game. Not just defense. That's what I'm saying. Overall,
that's true.
I guess it would be Paul Pierce.
Bigger effect on the game.
Paul Pierce never played defense either. That's the problem.
So I don't think there's really a best player in this situation. If we had to pick by default, it would probably be Chris Bosh because he's more all around than all three of the other guys.
I mean, yeah, but who has a bigger effect on the game, though?
See, the conversation continues to develop.
See,
There's really no best.
I don't think there's a flat out best player, right? On this
not
one.
with this little scenario here. No,
Right.
but I think everyone has their favorites depending on what they look at. So,
Right. No, I feel you. I mean, what's funny is 2 of the 4 players here are, work for TNT, or one work for TNT, one work for ESPN, and they're gone.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
but Weber don't
yeah.
work.
Paul Pierce. Nope, he got to go. He got to let go.
Paul Pierce got let go, and C Webb.
Paul Pierce got fired.
Yeah,
Paul Pierce got fired.
Yeah, we already know what happened. He wanted those chicken wings.
Yeah, Paul Pierce them cheeks, man. He was doing too much.
But C Webb just left after 13 years. He said it's just something new.
He got let go.
He got let go? That's why it was like a quote out.
Sure, he got let go.
Yeah, there's definitely better announcers out there. But overall, well deserved for all 4 though, for sure.
Oh, most definitely. They've all earned their spot. I didn't know Ben Wallace won it 4 times in a row. Was it in a row?
Him and Dwight Howard were like kind of going back and forth for that award for like a decade straight or something crazy, like, or also with Ron Artest as well, because I think Ron Artest won it, or Ben Wallace won it a couple of years in a row. Then Ron Artest won, and then Ben Wallace won 2 more, or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would probably have to give it to Chris Bosh because he does have 2 championships, right?
One more than the other 2, but all right, yeah.
One more than all 3. No, Ben Wallace has 1 too.
Chris, what you call it? Paul Pierce has 1.
They should have 2.
But they don't, bro. It's okay.
It is okay. It's not okay. You saying it's okay? It's not okay. I got a heart, man.
Got 1 time. Yeah, let's remember that.
Sorry, bro. Sorry. All right.
Why the fuck is Doc Rivers on this list?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. All right. Who
Who the hell
deserves to win the
in the
Coach of
room?
the Year? Hey. Calm down. It's cool. Monty Williams, Tom Thibodeau, Quinn Snyder, or Doc Rivers? You have the Suns, the Knicks, the Jazz, and is it the Sixers coaches?
That's why.
Oh shit, he coaching the Sixers. Oh my bad. I thought he was still coaching.
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
The Clippers. My bad.
I like
Even
Tom.
if he was, I guess that'd still be a.
Yeah, honestly, I like Tom. Just, I mean, it's either kind of a chicken or the egg kind of conversation. Is it because of him or is it because of Julius Randle? Either way, both of them did what they need to do to get a Knicks team that hasn't been to playoffs for a while
Since Melo
in the 4th seed, and so now it's just like, I mean, Tom's really been a solid coach for like since the Bulls, honestly.
Yeah. Getting the most out of your players.
Right. And the thing was, I think all his teams from the Bulls to this Knicks teams, I think they all made the playoffs, including the Timberwolves ones.
Sure did.
I don't think the Timberwolves made it with him there.
They made the 8th seed. I remember that because it was Cat's first time. Wasn't that Thibodeau team?
With Jimmy Butler on that team?
Yep, but they got their ass whooped in the final. No, not
that. Okay, that wasn't the statement.
They lost in the first round that year.
That wasn't a statement. Did they go to the playoffs? Which, because Timberwolves,
I don't think. Did they have that final game? And I think the Spurs won that game or something like that. Let me look at it. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure
I know what you're
Thibodeau,
talking about,
and then
dude.
he
That's when they had Jimmy.
believed in Derrick Rose when nobody else did.
Because he knew what he was about in Chicago.
I'm like, man, that dude, he don't get enough credit, I feel. And I don't like the fact that he runs players into the ground like that. You gotta, I mean, come on, Tom.
To me, it's his fault that Derrick Rose got hurt.
They
were winning that game. They were winning that game. They're going to win that game. There was no reason to have Derrick Rose in the fucking game.
He's probably, hey, my bad, man. You got hurt twice on 2 different knees. You can come on back. I'll give you a spot.
Okay, so 17-18, they did make the playoffs. Lost 4-1 to the Rockets.
That's not the question. We just did they make it to the playoffs?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Yeah. So he did take that. He did. They did have Jimmy Butler, and then what happened the next year? Nothing. So that was more. I mean, the coaching, yes, but the Jimmy Butler's effect, right? So
that dude gets the most out of his teams. No
yeah.
cap. I don't think. I wonder where we have him as a coach, like perennially, like not just this year, like on average.
I think he's good, but I think until like that one, if he gets that one chip with the Knicks and then however, which I believe will be in the next 3 to 5 years, I keep saying this. Once he gets that chip, it's going to be just how like when Dirk got that one chip. That's all he needs is just one. He's not like other coaches that have been good, like that's been consistently all-star coaches their whole career. He's that coach that he just need one and he's good, straight.
How do you feel about Monty Williams? I think you have Chris Paul. It goes all the way back to the play-in last year where they went undefeated. And then that came over here. And you have what? Number 1 overall seed?
I think it's between Monty Williams and Tom Thibodeau. I don't know who Quinn Sniper is, and I don't know who Doc.
He coaches the Jazz.
I'm not too concerned about Quinn Snyder and.
Yeah, his name has been populating to take over.
Until y'all come in.
Time out. This is a bigger question because you don't really give Quinn his credit, which I understand.
Quinn is a great coach.
But here's the thing. That stems to a bigger conversation of what kind of respect do we put on the Utah Jazz going into the playoffs and their championship chances? And I think the answer is none.
They're going to be
playing. If you have them playing the Lakers tomorrow,
they're getting swept. I'll give them one game. I'll give them a gentleman's sweep.
I'm giving them 2, bro. You're not giving the Utah Jazz enough credit.
They're resting LeBron. And AD, and they don't have enough big guys, bro. Hell
Tony,
no.
listen. Sometimes I understand what you're saying, but player rotation is just as important as the players you got. If the Utah Jazz rotate their players the right way, if they use their players to their full potential, you dig what I'm saying? Then they have a chance to take them to at least game 5 or maybe game 6.
They got hella shooters. I'll give them that for sure. And ball rotation is ball
movement.
And
what are the Lakers known for? What are the Lakers known for? They're known for going on scoring droughts. And with a team that's hungrier than the other team, they already got a championship last year. So in a weird way, you could say, oh, maybe they won't be as, they're hungry this year, but it's like, it's the Lakers. So everybody assumes that, oh, you're not going to give me your full potential because you're saving your energy for when you get to a real actual contender. When in reality, the Utah Jazz might do what they did to MJ with the Bulls and get in that ass and go crazy. Pause. But you know what I'm saying?
My question is, here we go. So if the playoffs were today, the play-in, you got Boston at the 7, Washington at the 8, Indiana at the 9, and Charlotte at the 10. So 2 teams go. Who you taking out of those 4 teams?
I'm going to tell you right now, that Boston Wizards game is a trap game. No Jaylen Brown.
Because he's out for the rest of the year.
Huh?
He's out for the rest of the year.
Exactly. And what's his name? Tatum, he didn't play today because he had an ankle injury.
I'm taking Washington and Indiana to make it to the playoffs.
That's probably what's going to happen. That's who I had. Because I was looking at the Pacers. I was like, Sabonis will do his thing. But Washington's playing very well right now. Like
they're just the hottest team. And I think
local.
Yeah. Huh? I think the hottest team in that momentum is going to carry them to get to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. And then they beat a team that was their equal in Charlotte today. And it's just like, it's so much going right for them. Rui Hachimura, he's coming along. What you call it?
All right.
Stafford plays well. They have a 3-center rotation right now where basically all of them like average at least 10 points or better. Right. But off of like maybe 15 to 20 minutes a game. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it was like the Lakers bigs last year, but it's like something similar. Like
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If the Jazz lose tonight, they will be tied with the Suns, and I think the Suns will take the number 1 seed because I think they have the wins over the Jazz. So right now the Jazz have the best overall record.
Yeah.
But going back to that, the 4 teams in the West is the Lakers, then the Warriors, Memphis, and San Antonio.
Memphis is what, a 6 seed?
Right now
Oh,
they're
no,
a
they're
9
9.
seed.
They're 9 seed.
Ooh, I didn't even know they made those.
So you got because it's a play-in.
He's being dumb. That's what he do.
You missed it, Tony.
So you got the Lakers at the 7, Warriors at 8. I think Lakers and Warriors are gonna move on in the play-on. But it really depends. Like, can you see the Lakers losing multiple games in the bubble and not making it?
Are they doing a bubble this year?
Or it's a play-in, basically.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're probably gonna do a regular one.
So what is it going to be? How are they doing this play-in? Because I don't know. Like, are they
So-
just these 4 teams play each other twice or what?
So 7 and 8 play, and then I believe the winner of that advances. If you win the first game, I believe you automatically go to the playoffs. But then the second game is just a seeding game basically. So whoever wins the second game, the play-in tournament championship.
The only team
Yeah.
that's not moving is the Spurs.
Wouldn't it make more sense if they did it as seeding as 7 versus 10 than 8 versus 9? Like
I
a
guess they won't-
bracket.
But that wouldn't be as competitive as 7 versus 8 and 9 versus 10.
Well, then you would have the 7 and 8 fight for that 7 and 8 seed.
But no, that's what's supposed to
Or
happen.
for that, they're fighting for that 7 seed, basically.
That's what's supposed to happen in the second game. The winner of the 9 and 10 play the winner of the 7 8.
I see.
And that's part of the criticism, I think. Like, if you're a 7 or 8, you can basically like lose your playoff spot, and then someone who's 9 or 10.
But I'll
they
be
can
real.
win.
I as a team that's the Lakers, just talk about the Lakers, right? Or even the Warriors could think this way. I think they want to be the 8 seed. Especially if you look at the Warriors can shoot. I don't think they want to play Phoenix. I think the team coming in wants to be that 8 or 7 seed, however Utah falls, and they'll want that seed. Because it's about matchups at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right. So and that will be a great and Denver versus Portland. And then we're getting the Clippers versus Mavericks again.
After Mavericks. All right, we go. Hey man, it's PG 13% at 100 this year because he's looking good, man. He's looking good,
Hey,
man.
did you
The
just
Clippers
say
are-
Now.
PG 13% at 100%?
Is he gonna be at 100%, man? He looking good, man. He looking real saucy out there, man. He got his braids. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say? Once you cut the braids, you lose your power. Like they said about Samson in the Bible, man. He's looking real good, man. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think in the East it's a trap series?
Anything is possible, man. I'm just saying.
You think that's a trap series for Milwaukee going against Miami?
Absolutely.
That's gonna be a good ass game.
Well, that's a series. So that's that. And then
Here's the thing. Even though they
Ooh.
lost, what's his
I can't
big
wait to
fella,
see that.
Depot, I feel like between Goran Dragic and
Duncan Robinson.
no Kendrick Nunn, they're expecting Robinson, Butler, and Hero to get shots. But between those two, I think they can fill the void. I think Miami might be all right.
I think the Knicks will be that's going to be
Yeah, dark
I
horse
think
to
that's
me.
going to be a 7-game series.
What?
The Knicks and Atlanta series.
Atlanta's playing well late.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing pretty well.
This will be,
Ever
but
since they got their people back.
this will be Trey's first playoff series too. Yeah, they both won 3 straight. I think the physicality of the Knicks and how Tom Thibodeau is, I think they can win that, especially at being at home. So I think the Knicks can win in 7 games.
I say 6.
I just
I
see
see.
every
Just based
home
on how-
team, every home in that series. I can see every home team winning. That's how I see it.
I only say 6 because they might go on offensive rebounding streak because Nerlens Noel, a lot of people sleep on him.
Oh, he's a beast on the boards and blocks.
He's a really good.
and-
He's an above average. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying that because
Like a
I know
Tristan
what a little bit better. But with Atlanta, they take a lot of shots, and a lot of those shots don't necessarily get made. So it's like, okay, you're not making shots. I have great rebounding. All we need is 1 quarter, a 3-4 minute stretch, and then boom, we got the game.
Right.
Because at that point, the Knicks are good enough at scoring to where they can keep that lead. And all it takes is for either Randall, RJ Barrett, or Derrick Rose to just magically start going off, or they all start kind of like catching a rhythm, and like that rotation system as far as scoring is concerned. And boom, you got yourself a win.
You know what I want
So
to
with
happen?
the Hawks, it's more so.
Go ahead. Sorry, my
I
fault.
wasn't gonna say that.
Oh. No, what I want to see.
Nothing.
What I want to see is Golden State getting in, and they have to play Phoenix. So it's like that Chris Paul versus Steph Curry matchup again in the playoffs. I would like that. I think that would be great for basketball. But we got to go to your team, D. Denver, Jokic, going against Portland.
I told y'all, bro. He's winning MVP, dog, and there's no question about it.
Let me ask you, what if he doesn't win?
He's going to.
All right, Embiid has
Played more games than anybody this season. He's played more games than anybody this season. He's more consistent. He's more reliable. He hasn't been injured, and he hasn't missed 1 game. No, he hasn't missed 1 game. He's playing better without Jamal Murray. He's keeping that team alive. And what seed are they?
They're the 3 seed. Phoenix is a 2 seed, which Chris Paul's in the discussion. And then you got Embiid with Philly, who they have the number 1 seed, and they have the better record than Denver.
Embiid,
but there's more pieces in Philly, so it's a little easier. So that's why
Embiid is not winning MVP, bro. Embiid is not winning MVP. Jokic is a better storyline. He has everything that an MVP is supposed to have. It makes more sense. I would love for Chris Paul to win the MVP because it's a Cinderella story. You feel what I'm saying? He constantly does this with every team he goes to. Every team he goes to, he makes better. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works. So with that being said, Jokic is the MVP, bro. And everybody could be upset about it. Nick right, Nick wrong.
Oh, my gosh. So, all right. So this is really what it comes down to. Is tonight, obviously, it's going to be the Lakers and Pelicans are playing. And then the Blazers have the Nuggets tonight. So potentially, I think the Lakers might not have to do that play-in.
They're not going to.
You don't. So if they
I just watched a video about it. If the Nuggets beat the Blazers, then the Nuggets have to play the Lakers in the first round.
But so as long as the Blazers win that game, it doesn't matter what happens. The Lakers do. If they win, then they still stay the 6th seed. So I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it comes down to matchups because they don't want that matchup.
Wait. So Denver has to.
The Nuggets don't want that, bro.
So if the Nuggets beat the Blazers and then the Lakers win, the Lakers and Nuggets are playing in the first round.
I see. Okay.
So if the Blazers win, then they don't have to worry about a play-in.
And they'll play in, yeah. I don't think the Lakers will have a problem in the play-in. They're playing the Warriors. Oh well, I don't know.
Yeah, Steph been on crack lately. He's been going crazy.
Yeah. Are the Lakers going to be healthy?
I think they're fine. I think they was dogging it, bro. I don't think it was that as bad as the media made it.
I mean, I think they could have came back earlier, but they just need to be healthy. The playoffs is all that matters. Winning championships, all that matters.
I want you to remember that. Remember you said that.
That's all that matters, man. But
All right, Jay. You said it 4 times now.
let me see. Hold on.
Remember you said that, Tony.
What? Shit. Fuck. So how far are they? I mean, either way, I'm just looking. Even if that could be a different scenario too. If Dallas loses and Portland wins, Portland plays the Clippers, Dallas plays Denver. How do you see that playing out? That's different.
Ooh, that would be a good matchup. I like that kind of better.
So I think Dallas has Denver's number this year. It's like 2-1 or something. But even
Go ahead. Because I did something totally different.
Wait, what? Something bro.
That'll look better. Is it good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
No. I was watching the 2009, 2010 when Kobe won his last ring. I think it was either that one or 2000. Yeah, it was 2009 going to 2010 when he won that ring.
Right.
And I was watching the NBA documentary about it, and I kind of noticed a similarity in the season that the Lakers are having now. Like they started off with considerable amount of injuries. Things were happening. Kobe was kind of running his body into the dirt, and he realized he couldn't do it by himself. And then like the backup guys kind of like took over, and then Kobe came back, and they kind of just grinded it out, and they won the championship. And I was like, that kind of reminds me of this season. The role players kind of they know their place. Like they can step up to the plate when those guys aren't on the floor. And now they got their 2 main pieces back. It's like it's gonna like what is it? I don't know. It's just weird.
He keeps freezing.
Yeah.
Am I still freezing?
No bueno.
Yeah, dog. I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully you heard what I said.
Here's another thing.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Oh.
You kept cutting in and out the whole time.
Yeah, it's all good.
I know Atlanta's up by 15, but what if this happens? Because this is all obviously talk. Atlanta loses his 15-point lead. They lose the game and Miami wins. Miami will now have a tie with Atlanta. And I think Miami has that tiebreaker. So then it would be the Knicks versus Miami. And then Atlanta versus Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee wants that to happen badly.
That'll be fun.
Atlanta versus
Then it would be
Milwaukee.
Yeah, and then the Knicks versus Miami.
I'd like
that'll be a more entertaining series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy and Julius going at.
Well, Bam would be
on.
Bam would be taking on Julius Randle.
Yeah.
That matchup would be nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like team leadership wise, they remind me of each other.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Because when's the playoff start officially?
It's a good question.
Let's see. Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday is when the play-in starts. So it's the East. It will be the Hornets and Pacers. And then the Wizards and Celtics. And then Wednesday it's the Spurs, so because of the 9 and 10, right? Then Spurs, Grizzlies, and then the Warriors are waiting for tonight to end to see if they play the Blazers or they play the Lakers. So pretty much it starts Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Yeah. So
Man, this rec protocol sucks, dude. Because I'm like in the finals for my fantasy basketball game, and he's within like 10 or 20 points of me now. It's the last day, and Paul George is out.
Oh, you lost.
But I still have Michael Porter Jr. and Karl Anthony Town
Okay.
and Deleon Wright. So we'll see.
right.
All right, y'all. That's another one for the books. This is Saturday Morning Traffic, the greatest podcast, not the latest podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike. You know, we let our haters be our motivators and whatnot. Show some love in the comments, man. You know, we don't do this for free. Well, we do it for free. But eventually, you know, hopefully it turns into a financial situation that could pay my bills so I can get some better Wi-Fi. You know? My co-hosts be hating on me. You know,
And a mic.
Oh, I got a mic, but I just don't use it for this. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing my But anyways, that's beside the point. Yeah, man. That's what we do. We do podcast stuff. You know, we get on here and you talk about basketball. You know, we give y'all information that y'all think y'all had, y'all didn't have. But yeah, you know, show some love, man. Give us some viewership. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We out.